And a one, and a two, and a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Is there a need to clap?
Why don't clap?
That's the whole point.
I thought we just here to talk cock sing song.
And welcome to another episode of TCSS podcast.
What do we do?
We literally talk cock sing song.
It's in our name. And today's topic will be about animal cruelty and animal abuse. So I don't know whether if you guys have seen these videos and articles and news on this guy.
Clement Chia.
Yeah, the Clement Chia one basically. So
Common
basically there have been videos about him abusing his pet poodle. And it has been shared more than 1,000 times on Facebook. So the videos are quite gory and quite uncensored.
Not much blood. Huh?
There's no blood, but
I mean, you don't really see the blood, but you can see the dog lying there motionlessly.
Yeah, the dog is in pain now.
you can see the dog is really in pain. Yeah, so basically there have been there have been comments on his videos saying that, you know, like what he's been doing is basically really effed up in many ways, and also a lot of comments saying that he should rot in hell, you know.
Okay, so roughly what is the story behind his abuse anyway? The
So-
dog abuse.
The story so far was that he was on some drugs. I don't know whether it was his own medicinal drugs or is it, you know, illegal drugs or what. We don't know that. But one thing that the videos have been posted, right, are all videos that have been done years ago. And there's actually no updates on that lah.
Okay.
So we don't know whether it's recently or we don't know whether it's a year ago.
Yeah, I also read somewhere that the video was actually filmed years ago. Then it just got resurfaced recently.
Correct.
I think when the investigator actually went to the house, I think he wasn't there anymore. Yeah.
But the latest update so far was that the dog is actually in the care of another owner, and hopefully I think it's in better condition compared to you know, being under him. There's been a lot of buzz lah. A lot of people, you know, there's one side of them keep on saying that, oh, what is this guy doing? This guy is like, you know, really effed up in the head. Some people also actually apparently there was a police report. There was a reporter against him. Some dude on Facebook, right, actually lodged a police report against him. Okay. Even though the video was a few years ago.
But I don't think anyone knows was a few years ago, like, until the investigator went there and then realized that, you know, the owner of the house is a different guy. Maybe he rented or something. I'm not sure. So
correct. So basically AVS, also known as the Animal Veterinary Service, right, and SPCA, they basically knew about this case, or they found out this case because it resurfaced, right, and then they actually made a statement on it lah. So one thing good is that the dog is in good condition and is well taken care of. That's one thing. But as of now, right, because investigation is still ongoing, the guy is still he hasn't gotten arrested lah. So we don't know what actually happened so far.
So the big question is, where is he?
And what is he doing lah?
Is he real?
Yeah.
Or is he still abusing another dog that
Is
we
that
don't know?
I don't know, a groundbreaking technology that do a face swap, they're using his face, but the video was not him at all.
No idea, man, but
Yes.
basically,
a lot of questions to be asked.
yeah, basically he hasn't been caught, he hasn't been arrested. The investigations have been done, and I think they went out to his house and actually checked up on him.
But he wasn't there anymore, right?
I don't know. We are not the AVS lah, so we don't know about that.
Okay, but there's not much news on this case anyway. I mean, it's just kind of like got stuck.
Correct. But then again lah, if he was, you know, found guilty of actually hitting an animal, or, you know, causing animal abuse, right, there's a fine of up to 10k maybe. I think it was 10k or more than that.
Wasn't it 10 to 15k?
I think it's 10 to 15k, right?
Yep.
Just give me a moment. Yes, correct. Fine of up to 15k and or imprisonment for up to 18 months, 3 years.
18 months. So about
Correct.
18 months, about a year?
3 years. 1 year. Sorry, 3 years. What am I saying? 1 year, 6 months.
1 year, 6 months.
Yeah, and if it was a subsequent offense, so basically if he, you know, let's say if he hurts another poodle, right, there'll be a fine.
Not just
Another
poodle lah.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure if he hurt any other animal or things.
Yeah, so basically subsequent offenses will be up to 30k and or imprisonment of up to 3 years.
So the punishment will get more and more heavier.
Gets even worse lah, because, you know, this guy is, I don't know, effed up in the head lah.
Maybe he's a psychopath.
That's the thing. There hasn't been any like statements or what saying that.
I mean, after all, you also don't know whether is he on medication or is it a legit drug. So you can't really say much for that.
I mean, either way lah. If you're on medication and then you feel kind of, you know, growly, you know, just go to sleep.
Yeah.
Just go to sleep.
So we don't know what has happened so far. But in other news also, there was another, I don't know whether you guys have heard also, this maid throwing the dog out Another
Wait.
poodle, if I'm not wrong.
Is that the
Poodle
Yio Chu
again?
Kang case on?
I think it's the Yio Chu Kang case, correct?
That's not a poodle.
I don't know. I don't know why they hate poodles, man.
Yeah. Like the
Look at
first case
poodle.
also poodle, second case also poodle.
Yeah, I really don't know. But basically, this one is another case lah. So this Yio Chu Kang case was about this maid. I think City, you know more about this case, right?
Summarize is this maid throw a poodle off the balcony. So this result in a serious injury on the dog, and afterward have to be put down because the vet say even if they were to save the dog will be paralyzed.
Oh, euthanize.
Yeah, euthanized. So it's very sad for the owner. But it's only after a while where they started the investigation, then the maid actually admitted to the act of so-called abusing the poodle or maybe throwing the poodle off the balcony.
Mm-hmm.
So currently, the article didn't state much. They just state that if found guilty, punishment will be about 15K and or 18-month jail, which is also stated in the SPCA law lah.
So basically the same as the Clement
first
Chia
case.
lah.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't know whether is it concluded or not because the article just put if found guilty. So you all roughly know that now if you are abused animal, your charges and your fine is
Will be like this.
will be like these are for first time offender. I mean, just don't abuse animal. If you don't like animal, don't have them.
Yeah, just get a punching bag.
Yeah, so I don't know why lah, basically. And I don't know why people hate poodles. Apparently most of the recent cases so far that came out in Singapore is like poodles. No idea why.
Maybe because poodle are small. But people don't like I don't abuse chihuahua or
Yeah, you don't see
Corgi.
them abusing like
or pitbull.
corgis or I don't know, big dogs, you know. I never see
Canine.
abuse a big dog.
Yeah, I don't say no abuse a big dog.
German Shepherd or what?
I mean, I guess they also don't want to have their hand beat off, right?
Maybe lah, most likely.
Or maybe they won't fight back.
Now ask
Yeah.
them
Dog
try
are very
abusing a
loyal.
tiger.
But basically about, you know, if you look at this, you realize that I don't know, do you think that these people all are, you know, kind of mental in their own ways?
Or was it just a hit of the moment? Like they got angry at the moment and then they do something wrong.
But then again also it doesn't give you any right to hit.
Or abuse
An animal.
animals.
Basically lack of self-control.
Then again also you can always, you know, if you want to abuse an animal, you can abuse someone or you know.
Wait, someone else? What do you mean? Another
I mean, you
human?
can always get a soft toy. What?
I mean, there are ways to relieve. Okay, let's say if based on this case, like the maid is stressed or what, right? You can always say that. Yeah, you can always use alternative case. You know, your pillow. Go out with your friends, talk about it.
Abuse your friend.
Don't abuse your friends. That's messed
Why
up.
why if the maid is stressed, why she never find her owner to talk things out?
Abuse the owner.
That's even worse.
That's even worse.
That's human
Probably
abuse.
charges
Abuse
on-
herself.
So I don't know why. Maybe she thinks that because the dog very small, then she thinks she's very big.
Pick
that can
someone
be one
of your
case.
own size.
I mean, if you are stressed, we all know there's always a way to relieve stress, right? You know, guys, girls.
Correct.
I believe sure we all have way to relieve stress. You all know what I mean, right?
Yeah, I mean many ways, man.
finger, hands, room.
Yeah. But still, there are ways if you want to, you know, relieve stress or if you don't like the pet, you can always tell the owner in this case. Or you can say you're allergic. I don't think the owners will be very against you. Maybe you really have an allergy. Maybe you have an allergy to dogs. I'm allergic to bitches.
Yeah, possible. The people that's people allergic to dogs.
Right. So
Or maybe they worry, like maybe they tell their owner like they're allergic to dog fur or dogs. And after that, the owner might have a second thought of changing another maid that doesn't have allergic.
yeah, but then again also it's based on contract lah. So the maid
Yeah.
also could be, you know, at least give her, you know, like at least give her a benefit of a doubt, or at least tell the owners.
Or she should voice out.
Yeah, voice out lah, basically.
But we don't know the full situation though.
Correct. So
It's just
all we know is
very-
that all assumptions. But the facts that we are given so far are real. It's based on the articles that we found so far. So I feel like because a lot of recent events they keep on saying like, you know, all these animal abuse cases. It's, you know,
I just dropped my phone, but actually a lot of article is very half baked. You know, it's like they just say, oh, what's going on? Oh, this mate do this guy do this, and afterwards the conclusion is just like,
If found guilty.
Investigation
if
still
found
ongoing.
guilty, like how long the investigation. Actually, the investigation may take quite long because there was an article I read was posted on 2018. And then it only got updated like with the punishment about a year later, like in 2019 August like that.
so basically
So-
cases are not easy to.
Yeah, maybe it will take longer than we thought. It's not like, oh, you abuse dog, oh shit, you're gonna get 18-month jail, 15K fine.
Also true,
I don't
right?
think it's so straightforward, yeah.
Yeah,
Law
I-
is so
if it-
strange.
If it was straightforward, right? I think
So
a
this
lot
you can
people
also
can't.
roughly prove that the SPCA or AVS, they really do tons of investigation just to see whether how to punish them. Are they guilty or not?
I think a lot of consideration whether the person mental health is good or they are, maybe under having depression and whatnot, then they will have a different punishment and stuff like that.
Yeah, most likely lah.
Whether drugs or I don't know.
Yeah.
Too much factor. Everything is too much factor.
The sad thing is that the dog had to be euthanized, so rest in peace.
The dog is dead.
Yeah, the dog is dead lah. So that's very messed up in many
Yeah,
ways.
Poodle, sad.
Yeah.
Rest in pepperoni, poodle.
And then there's another case.
How many cases are there?
There's a lot of cases, but we are just sharing the recent cases.
Those recent, like how recent?
Like-
Like 2019, 2020?
Yeah, like 2019, 2020. Most of these cases so far, I think cases that the listeners also have seen before and have heard before.
Another poodle again?
Yeah, it's another poodle.
God
Apparently it's another
damn.
poodle.
Why is it poodle?
Yeah.
Why poodle? Why poodle?
Apparently it's
Poodle.
a dude in Yishun and him and his and
Oh,
poodles.
Yishun. We all know Yishun.
Yeah, Yishun known for
What's wrong
for
with
its-
Yishun?
For its I don't know, it feels like
Yishun
Yishun is
Mall.
its own country.
No, wait, what? Yishun is just down the road.
Yeah, for us.
Yeah, convenient.
Yeah, but basically backstory again. This guy, I think we just call him Mr. Chen. He had two instances of animal. I think this is more towards animal
Two
neglect.
charges?
To I think it's more animal neglect. It's not animal abuse. Maybe it's abuse to the judge. We don't know. But basically, the first case happened last year, February 15th. He was walking the dog and then he pulled the leash several times.
Okay.
And then
Wow.
quoted, right, it causes the dog to move backwards about a meter each time. And then after that, he pulled the leash suddenly and violently, causing it to move backwards about 2 meters. And then after that, he kicked his chest.
Okay, that's abuse.
Kick his chest?
Yeah.
The moment you kick the chest, it's abuse already.
So in summary, right, last year, February 15, he pulled the dog by the leash many times and then he kicked the chest. That's
Okay.
effed up.
Kick the chest.
Yeah. A dog's chest.
Okay.
Why do you want to kick
Like
a
he
dog's
like
chest?
kicking a soccer ball or what?
Yeah, it's another poodle.
Oh, poodle. Why poodle? Why poodle?
No idea, man.
Poodle need to put up a bit of a fight.
I mean, they're not shepherds lah. Or
Or wolf.
wolf, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we see a wolf, we shit ourselves.
And then second instance, March 9 last year. So it was literally a month after that. He was walking the poodle again. And then he lifted the dog by its leash off the seating area. And
Like
then
hanging?
Onto the ground. Yeah, like hanging it. Yeah, correct.
Oh, wow.
And onto the ground from a height of about 50 cm. They actually like roughly measured how he pulled the dog, by its leash. And then after that, he swing the leash
Wait,
from
what?
ground up to the sitting area. So it's like this
He
swinging motion, pulling the dog up by the
Lifted
leash.
the dog by 50 cm. After that, he swing the dog
Correct.
50 cm up high.
from the ground up to the sitting
From the
area.
ground.
Okay.
And then after
Sounds
that,
serious.
he grabbed the dog by its neck and pin it down against the sitting area for about 3 seconds.
He think MMA pin the dog down.
So I don't know what
Knockout.
what is wrong with him, but the second instance was much worse. So he literally leave the dog, swing it, and then go to the put on the chair or the bench, and then grab it by its neck and pin it down. I don't know why you want to do that to a poodle lah.
Okay, after you saying all this, right,
It's-
it's purely abuse again.
Yeah,
so what's
Another
the
poodle,
What's the
third
second
poodle.
half? Is there a conclusion to this story? Please tell me there's a conclusion. Don't
Yeah,
say
so-
he found guilty, please.
Okay, the good news is the dog has been also given a new home, just like the first case, the Clementia one, and did not suffer any permanent injuries lah.
Okay.
But then again, long term, we don't know what's going to happen to the dog lah. So let's hope that the current owner is taking care of it well. And he's been fined $10,000 and banned from keeping any pets for a year.
no jail term?
Just a year.
No jail term. And he pleaded guilty to the 2 charges lah, basically. So the charges will be under causing unnecessary pain to the female dog in the garden area of Yishun Ring. So I think that's where he live lah.
Oh, okay. Now you all know. Like
Yeah.
After
garden
all this
area,
abuse,
Yishun
then he
Ring
only
Road.
get banned from keeping any pets for just 1 year.
I think there's a backstory to that, right?
Most likely lah. I think it's more like I can only assume that the fine back then, 6 years ago, was not as serious as now. I
Wait,
think now
6 years ago?
because I believe SPCA and AVS they actually stepped up I think they mentioned it to the
Punishment.
parliament. Yeah, correct. And then they stepped up the parliament
Oh, wow.
because animal abuse is real. Animal abuse is happening around. It could be happening right now also.
Bird abuse.
Yeah. I don't know how you want to abuse a bird. I'll grab it, but it's
No, I think got like sort of photo like people got blow darts at the pigeons. I never read the article, but it was people blowing blow dart at the pigeons.
wait,
As in
blow
wild
darts
birds?
here.
Yeah, what's a pigeon? Because pigeons sometimes can be a bit of a what you call
Noisy.
what you call annoyance, but they are still animal lah.
But-
Until they shit all over the place. Yeah.
But likewise, it goes to show that basically these 3 cases, actually the 2 cases, the first case, the Clementia, and this Mr. Chen, right? Or Mr. Chen Singh from today's article, both both cases were raised up because they went viral on social media. So people shared it.
So both cases have videos about it.
Correct. So likewise for Clement Chia, and I don't know about Chen Xing, but you can definitely see
the-
Clement Chia's videos.
The difference is Clement Chia filmed the video himself, and Chen Xing, someone filmed the video secretly.
Yeah.
So yeah, just to put it out there.
Yeah, but basically, I guess the one thing that the public did good was they managed to make it viral, and then SPCA, AVS actually, they caught up on that, and they actually take action, which is good lah. So one would say that animal abuse actually isn't easy because if you don't have proof using videos or photos, right, you can't really claim that the person is abusing a dog, a cat, a bird, or whatever. Like the blow darts, I mean, you can blow a dart.
I mean, I never read the story, but apparently I just read the title. Like, oh, people blow dart at pigeons. I was like, okay.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
likewise,
went to sleep.
I think it's basically one thing to say that I think the reason why animal abuse is so serious now, right, is because maybe last time there isn't any way to prove that someone is actually doing abuse,
Okay.
Yeah, so because now you got Facebook, now you got Facebook, you got Instagram, they can just share, they can just like, hey, this guy is doing something.
Yeah, but then the Chen Xing guy, how did he get off so relatively lightly, like 10K and no jail term? I thought there was a guy that was jailed like 6 months or what? Is there? Or they're unconclusive, I don't know.
Yeah, so I think one thing about this Chen Xing's case, right, is that apparently his claim was that he didn't know how to take care of it was his first time. So I'm actually basing this on the article again. It's quote, the reason why I committed the mistake is because I do not know the boundaries, but it is my first time owning a pet. I do not know how to train a dog. So that's what he said to the judge lah. So I guess because it's his first time and first time offenders, right, the fine is actually 10K lah.
Okay.
Yeah,
10K.
based on SPCA law lah. It's up to 10K, and then there could be a jail and all lah. Then of course subsequent offenders is 30K onwards, 40K, 50K. Don't worry, we will be sharing the SPCA hotline and all that, the fines and all that through our Facebook, so at least you guys can see. And also, I mean, if you guys actually see any cases of animal abuse, you can actually just report it to
The
SPCA.
police.
Yeah.
Call 99.
Call out the police.
Hello, police.
Yeah, so basically because it was his first time owning a pet so that's why that is a one factor on reducing the sentence or giving him that sentence of 10K.
Oh.
It's like quite, I don't know lah.
I mean, I find it kind of bullshit because it's like how to say, it's the first time owning a pet. Okay, you don't know how to, like, how to say, train a pet. But it doesn't give you like any rights to kick it at the chest. It's like pure common sense.
That's why we don't know whether this guy is mental or not. Just like, at
Or
least
is he
Clement
just
Chia,
bullshitting.
Or he snaked his way out.
it could be one thing also. We also don't know whether he could be lying. But then again
Could be,
also it's...
Benefit of the doubt.
Again, benefit of the doubt, it leads back to the question like, first of all, I think also that if you want to have a pet right, and if you don't know how to take care of pet, you got a phone.
You can always ask your friends
What
or
does that have to do
whoever
with
around
phone?
you who have pets.
Because you can always search up on Google and just search how to take care of a dog, how to take care of a poodle,
How to train.
how to train a dog basically. It's like if you don't have a phone, you can ask your friends,
Ask your colleague.
ask your relatives. If you don't want to do both of that,
How to not to be stupid.
You can actually pay money to ask people to train your dog first, right? Or your pet.
Can they? Can you?
I'm not sure on that lah,
I
but
don't know.
maybe
I
there
don't
is
have
lah.
a-
Maybe there
I-
are.
I
maybe
think there are
are
causes
sentences
for people who pay to ask other people to train their pet first.
Is there such thing?
I'm not sure. I think we
Or is it-
do.
But I heard of it before, but I don't know whether it's true or not.
Or training the owner to train the pet.
No, people training your pet.
But this one when you ask a
Like
real
how to
dog.
sit,
yeah.
how toilet train and everything.
But either way, also, if you are lazy or if you're ignorant enough to not search, not call up your relatives, your friends, right?
Don't get a pet.
Don't get a pet.
Yes.
What's the point in getting a pet when all you do is just abuse it?
Get a baby.
Yeah, lifting the dog by its leash. In Clement's case, hitting the dog. I don't know whether we mentioned it, but in the videos, right? There's videos of him actually using the hanger and hitting the leg of the poodle quite hard, like literally, like smacking like hanger. Like back then in our days.
It
back
feels
in
the same thing as
when we were
you
kids.
kicking the table corner with
when your
toe.
mom used the hanger,
Hanger.
to punish you and hit you. Yeah, it's basically that lah.
Yeah, it's quite could be worse, honestly.
Of course, it could be worse lah. At least we know that the dog is alive lah. But in all these instances, right, you realize that animal abuse is actually really out there. I mean, there are many other cases also back then. It's just that we are just sharing the recent ones. But it goes to show that people are effed up. People commit animal cruelty,
Yes, of course, it's the world. People are different.
Yeah, it's... I don't know. I don't see why you need to
Abuse animal.
abuse animals. I don't know what you guys think about. I mean, what do you guys think?
I mean, people are just different. I mean, there's psychopaths that kill people. I mean, what you ask, why do you want to kill people? But it's like, they like it, they want it. It's like, what can you do?
Yeah, but basically in Singapore,
So
what you get is just, a very heavy fine and or imprisonment. Is it worth it?
I mean, honestly, I think for animal cruelty, there isn't much things that we can advise or do something about it to prevent animal cruelty or abuse. But it's more of, if you see people like abuse an animal, do call up SPCA hotline. That's the least thing or the most thing that you can do already.
Or the police.
Yeah.
Yeah, or the police, right?
Or you go there and stop this nonsense.
But how about instead of taking down video, how about you take that time to immediately call the police first?
No, the video is for evidence, I guess.
Yeah, I believe
Yeah
the
lah.
video is evidence.
Yeah.
lah.
So
Right.
you take out one phone to call the police, take out one phone
No,
to
the
take
worst
the
one
video.
is there are some people who took video but didn't do any action after that.
I mean, definitely on Facebook, you always see those. I mean, you can always see those users just like, oh, this guy is like,
Yeah,
oh,
they
what-
just
what the hell is
complain
this?
or do some new article regarding it, but then
This guy should
they
rot
wait for
in
other people to
jail.
call the police instead of they themselves witnessing it.
Man, how dare you do this to the
But
dog?
what would you do if you saw an animal being abused or
I
abused?
mean,
I mean, if you say in public, I will just run up to the fella and stop him lah. Like, grab the dog away from the owner.
honestly, I don't even think that it's just us that will actually react. I think a lot of people also react because, I believe there's this. I don't know how to say it, but it's like when you see especially when it's a dog, especially if it's a very cute dog and then it gets injured from someone, people have this tendency to like,
The heartbreaking moment.
yeah, that heartbreaking, that feeling inside you. I think it's what, empathy?
yeah,
Is it
empathy, something
Yeah.
like that. Sympathy, empathy.
Yeah, sympathy, empathy. I think it's more empathy, right?
What if the guy is like twice your size and then he could easily just smack you, then you got knocked out?
Quantity versus quality, right? There's always more people.
But then you realize that you ask 3 people to go together approach you and then end up you're the only one there. The 2 other people bail.
Then I guess it's up to you, lor. If you want to save the dog, go for it, man.
If you can't win someone with an abusive hand, you just enjoy the abuse, they will be afraid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. What's the conclusion? You know-
Conclusion, we need to have luckily we have a special guest. It's an actual dog.
Wait,
So
what?
Ivan, what's the conclusion?
Yeah, F you.
Yeah, but anyways, knowing about these cases, right? Actually, you can actually get arrested or you can actually face a charge if you abuse animal. But another thing is neglect also. Animal neglect is one thing as well. So how do you define animal neglect? Pet owners, right? They have this duty to provide their pet with enough water, enough food, enough shelter.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Apparently, you cannot subject the pet to unreasonable or unnecessary pain or suffering in how they are handled or confined. So I don't think you can anyhow cage the dog, cage the cat, cage the bird in any way.
Cage the bird. The
Yeah.
bird is always in a cage.
I mean, yeah,
I
sometimes
mean, like,
they
you know
let
how
the
to
bird
say you are
out.
getting a big size parrot,
Or
but
big
then
or
you put it in a very small cage.
Isn't,
You don't
isn't
put
your
a effing
bird
parrot on a...
isn't your bird in a cage as well? But your cage is kind of big.
Yeah.
My cage is big, but I own lovebirds.
Wait, but the thing is, you mentioned about caging a bird, but I still don't get it because birds are always in cages, right?
I think it's more like
There's
what
a
I've
size-
mentioned also. Like, if your bird is huge...
That's what she said.
That sounds wrong, but okay.
For example, if you have a big parrot, right? If you have a parrot the size of your arm... Wait, that's too big, never mind. If you have a parrot the size of a hand...
size of an arm.
Is it though? I'm
Yeah,
not sure.
when they
I
stand
I
on
think
your
that's
shoulder, it's
eagle,
like-
right? Or falcon.
No, parrot is quite huge. Like when
I
they
mean,
stand,
depending on the species, lah.
what's that?
Parakeet,
The
right? The one with the...
one- Yeah, the mohawk, the punk one.
Yeah, the mohawk one, right? The white one.
They are quite huge. When they stand on your shoulder, they are like at like your eye level, you know.
Okay.
Like, half your face like that.
So basically, I think we use the parakeet as the example, right?
Yeah.
No, not parakeet. The one, the mohawk one, right?
The punk
If you have a
punk
small cage for it, right? I'm pretty sure that is not how the pet should be, handled or how the pet should give. Because that's not adequate shelter, ma. That's not enough shelter for him.
pirate.
It'll be very small, then very cramped, and then it cannot move
So
anywhere.
basically, don't put a parrot. What's this? Parakeet.
It's a small size of.
No, not parakeet. It's
Oh.
the one, the mohawk one.
The punk,
Cockatoo, is it?
cockatoo. yeah, cockatoo. Yeah, then remember mind your language.
Talk cockatoo.
One cock too many. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, but anyways, another way on neglect is also you have to protect your pet from any significant injury or disease. So I believe as the owner, you have a responsibility to bring it to the vet at least every few months.
Oh, vaccine, all this?
Vaccine as well and all
Okay.
that, And then I think this is the very key point. pet owners must not abandon their pets and must make efforts to find them if they go missing. I think that's why you see, when you see those missing cats and dogs, below your house sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could say it's lazy effort lah, but still effort lah, A for effort.
I mean, honestly, all this pointer for the neglect of animals, right? Don't you guys find that it's very common sense thing? Like, just imagine if your parents do all these things to you, how will you feel?
Happy.
You serious?
Happy as a cloud.
I think basically it just goes to show that if the
all
law
these
has
people
to,
don't have common sense.
basically, if the law have to tell you, or the SPCA have to tell you, right, that this is how you should do to prevent neglect, right, animal neglect, right, yeah, that means people got no common sense. It goes to show people got no sense at all.
Maybe just some don't think so much. It's like they got bored of their pets, then they decide to I mean, you can it actually don't make sense. Yeah, you can just give it to a friend or what, right? Why you don't have to put it?
But is it that easy? You can just give it to a friend?
I don't know. Can
think
you
it's
just
that
give it
easy.
to a friend?
I don't think it's that easy, man.
But better than
I mean, it's better than abandoning them.
throwing them in the lift lobby and then leave, right?
Also fair enough lah. I think that's
But
quite true.
I'm not sure how pets work because I never own a pet lah. I mean, pet fish, yeah. My dad.
Dude, fishes are, you know what? They just swim. That's all they do.
Oh, fishes are damn hard to take care of, man. You need to buy like you say spaces, right?
Yes,
You
correct.
need to buy like you can't have a big fish in a small tank. So you must buy like if
No
you have a
shit,
big
Sherlock.
fish, you must buy a big tank. Apparently there's a measurement for it one.
Yeah, of course.
And then the pH level of the water more, and then you need to put a lot of
the filter and stuff.
filter, medicine, the water cannot be dead. Then it's like what? Then
And
the
the
fish
type of food that you feed them and
Yeah.
stuff.
Wait. So if you say a big fish cannot have a small tank, right? Then small fish cannot have big tank?
small fish can have big tanks.
Oh, okay.
Oh, one thing is the fighting fish.
Yeah.
Fish. This breed of fish is found in Thailand. Apparently, it's found in Thailand in small puddle of water lah. So they said that this fish is easy to take care of. You can actually put that in a very small container of water. But if you look it in another way, that some experts say like, if you want to keep that as a pet, right, you want to have a good living condition, right, you shouldn't keep that in small tank as well.
Oh.
Even though they can, doesn't mean you should.
So basically, it's like, you still give it a big enough tank for it to at least swim around lah.
Swim around. I mean, unless you want to use it for fighting, which is, I think it's animal cruelty also.
I mean, it's the same logic
Fighting
as
fish.
like, let's say an obese people, you giving them a XS size clothes. They can't fit in, what?
Too bad.
They lose weight.
But if it's health condition, then you're a butthole, you're an asshole.
Yeah, but I think it boils down to what you say lah. Like in this case, shelter is the one thing lah. You cannot just have like fighting fish, like you said, small tank. Just because
I mean,
you can
they
fit a small tank,
but doesn't mean you should.
doesn't mean you should lah.
Yeah.
So in the end, it still boils down to you. If you are the owner, if you want to keep a fighting fish, at least bother to research, right? And especially if you buy the fighting fish from, I think there's one place at Kovan, right? Can buy fish one.
Aquarium lah. One
Yeah, like
fighting
a
fish,
aquarium,
a nice
right?
one is like $40.
Yeah, it's like you can buy that. You can also ask the shop owner, what? Like, hey, how do I take care of this fighting fish?
But I still think it's best that you basically before you have a pet, just do a research before you actually get the pet. Oh wait, the fighting fish is threatened.
Do like some research or about the cost, how much it's gonna cost and stuff.
Yeah, you cannot just
Don't
be
after
like,
you buy your pet already, and then you complain like, what, the medication very expensive, the food expensive, their cages and stuff very expensive.
like what this Mr. Chen Xing, he this Yishun case, right? I mean, in some ways also he's most likely lying, or in many ways, or in.
I mean, we feel that he's lying lah.
It's like you definitely have the responsibility as the owner to at least bother to ask someone or do research, because you have a phone, man. Your phone is in your pocket 24/7 or 16 hours a day or more than that. So do some research. If not, don't have a pet.
Use your com for information other than
Yeah, you want a pet? You want a pet? You want to take easy care of a pet, right? Get a Neopet. It's so much easier.
Wait,
Just shake. You know the Neopets thing or the Digimon thing?
Neopets is the website. I think is this
Isn't that an online game?
Wait, or is it
Neopets.
Tamagotchi?
Tamagotchi.
Yeah.
You suck when your Tamagotchi die immediately. you need to relook into your life. If your Tamagotchi do not survive more than a few days, right?
Or maybe even the first day already die.
It goes to show you suck at taking care of a pet.
It happened to me before. I don't know how.
No, you're supposed to shaking, bring it to walk, and then press the button to give it.
I know.
food or
I just have a
something.
Tamagotchi. Then it died after a few hours. I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't have a pet.
I mean, I always believe in one saying lah. Like, treat people how they want you to.
Wait, what? Hey, you drunk
Treat
ah?
people how you want
Treat
to be
people
treated.
how you want to be treated back.
But
Same things for your pet lah.
I think more so for your pets, right? Especially because you as the owner, you are the one. It's like a daughter lah, in that sense, or a son.
Right, it's just like
kid.
a son or daughter.
Right.
Will you treat your own son and daughter this way? No, right? If you will, then I think there's something wrong with you. I better go and check.
But child abuse is also an issue in the world.
Yeah, but
So there is-
let's not
I
go
mean,
there.
that will be
Let's
another
not go
topic.
there.
That will be
Let's
another
not go there.
topic by
This is
itself.
animal cruelty
One day.
itself and animal
So
abuse.
keep in mind, there's a lot of weird people out there. Not weird, or people that may actually need help. There's a rapists. There's a child
I mean, I'm pretty sure
abuser,
everybody knows
animal
that. Like,
abuser.
there's like very weird people or crazy people out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then if you see any such things that happen, right, don't just walk away. Do something about it.
Go there and shout at them.
Or don't.
Yeah, shout at them, take video, or call the police or SPCA.
Take
So-
a video.
Basically, right, yeah. You know what? When there's animal cruelty involved, I think also thankfully because of social media now, I think the least you could do, right, is just take a video. Lor.
And then post on social media. Lor.
The least you could do, somehow.
Then everyone is
somewhat.
like, oh, wow, this guy should rot in hell. Wow, I can't stand
I
this
saw this guy
people."
before.
After that-
He's my neighbor. Then after y'all got the link already.
Yeah. But anyways, all the videos and the articles will be posted on our Facebook. I think we'll be more active this way. We want the listeners to actually, know. I mean, they know this stuff, but at least maybe with our sharing of with all our posts that we shared, right? I mean, they can definitely share it to other people as well. I know. What do you guys think?
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, I think that's
Maybe
quite a good idea for.
It's also a way for them to find out that we don't actually read the article. We just read the first line and the last line.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
also a good cause for on us lah. I think
Yep.
it's good to know that there are people out there that are doing this kind of stuff.
To spread the awareness.
Yeah, if you read the article and then realize that what we say is full of shit, right? Please tell us.
yeah, please tell
Please
us.
tell us.
Yeah.
Don't just keep quiet, you know. Walao,
Yeah.
this is bad.
But anyways also what to do if you witness an act of animal cruelty?
Call the police at 999 immediately.
Call SPCA. There's a number. It's 6287-5355, extension 9. They are
No one
available
will remember
24/7.
that. Please just post the number on Facebook.
Yeah, I'll just post the number on Facebook.
Yeah, or take a
Uh,
video or picture of the suspect if it's safe to do so. Or note any like distinguished features of the person, like their clothing, their watch or accessories worn, or any vehicle numbers.
Yeah, note the location that the cruelty took place. If you don't know location, I don't think SPCA will be very, hard up on that, but at least be bothered. Take pictures of the animal and the surrounding area or that, we're posting all these acts and all these what to do on our Facebook as well. We want to remind the listeners also. I mean, I'm pretty sure some of them know, but it's good to remind them sometimes.
If the animal
Yeah,
is
but
dead, do
worst
not
case
move the
scenario
body. What?
Worst case scenario, if the animal is dead, like don't touch the body at all.
Okay.
Yeah, I think, if you touch the body, then most likely you will be the one kena lah.
Yeah, you are the murderer.
Most likely, yeah.
No, like you'll just interfere with the investigation.
Now it's like the childhood game Last Touch.
Yeah, but that is what we are gonna do,
That
and
is not a game. That is something that you want to mess with people. It's not a game. Like, hey, I don't want to throw this water bottle.
Yeah,
last
last
touch.
touch.
Yeah, you throw, they run away because you're skinny.
Yeah. Just to note, caution if you want to watch the videos could be quite gory for those that cannot handle the amount of punishment apparently this guy is doing to the poodle. I think if you want to watch it, go ahead. If you don't want to watch, it's very sensitive.
Watch it at your own risk.
I mean,
at your own risk
it's
lah.
quite gory, lah, but
It is lah, in many
it's
ways.
the internet. There's worse video out there, so
There's no blood, but still.
yeah, there's no blood.
Yeah,
But
still.
there's
it's-
abuse actions.
But
it's quite
pain.
effed up lah.
There's
can
feeling
hear a
of
lot of
fear.
sound effect.
There's fear in the dog eyes.
Yeah.
You know?
So always do share all your, we're going to share all this. Listen to us. Share our podcast also. Let the people hear it. The people that know good, share with other people. Let more people know. I think that's what we want to do lah.
Yeah, spread the awareness.
Spread that awareness to people. There is animal abuse going on. But as usual,
Follow us on Instagram at tcss.podcast. You can also listen to us on YouTube and Spotify.
Like our Facebook page and share or DM us your stories or advice. We want to hear them from you.
do expect more episodes to come. And that is all from us. And
See ya!
Next time.
bye.